Hey Clashes, we have a new witch level, we have a new lightning level. I think we should have some fun. This is going to be my strategy, but let's take a look at the hero equipment first. For the king, we're just going to go default. I think having more barbarians tanking for your witches is always a nice thing. And you don't need to upgrade anything expensive already. For the queen, we're going already a bit more fancy with the healer jaw. Really important to spawn those healers, really nice for the backend. On the warden, this is now the clutch thing. This is the difference maker. The healing gem is just insane with witches. For 25 seconds, the healing is crazy. Royal champ, you don't have that much flexibility here, but try to use the fox because it's just crazy strong. Now, let's dive into some attacks. First things first, a box base, okay? We're starting easy with no poison towers, but we're getting there, okay? Let's start things off with that beginning. You can go for multi inferno towers, you can go for different stuff, but exactly the scatter shots in the beginning are going to be your main target. Because people are not expecting that you can zap scatter shots with 6 lightnings. This is something which they're not going to expect, so especially the first couple of weeks, you are going to just take down so much value with those lightnings. Then, just draw the line of witches, protect them with the ice golems, and you're going to be fine. Lock launcher from the opposite side, and now you're up for a lot of fun. Because as soon as your lock launcher, your witches or anything is in danger, just use the warden ability. Because this warden ability keeps your troops alive for 9.5 seconds. But for 25 seconds overall, you're going to have an AoE, an area healing, which is massive. You kinda have overall 14 spells to take down buildings. On top of that though, now with this new equipment, you have a massive heal spell, which is keeping all of your troops alive. This is mind-blowing. This is just crazy. And there's so many witches alive. Really important though, you want to have the witches spread out. That's really important, because otherwise, on my attack for example, I have a little bit, quite a few witches in the core. In other words, I have way too many witches in the core. What does this do? Well, eventually they're going to go down because there's too much splash. So what you want to have instead, you want to have them spread out to make sure they are less vulnerable to splash. But now, here's another game changer. The equipment of the queen. With using the queen ability, you're spawning 3 healers. That's going to do 2 things. First off, obvious healing for the queen or for backend heroes or backend troops which you have alive. On top of that though, which you have seen, it tanked the monolith. It made sure the monolith was not shooting your heroes. That is massive for you and such a game changer. So those 2 gears, the healer jaw and the AoE healing, the healing gem from the warden, are just game changers for the witches and for the lightning spells and for this combination. And in the end, you can see it's close, but we're getting the 3-star done. Let's move on to the next base style. And before we go into the poison tower base, I think we should take a look at a rage tower ring base. And this base, by the way, in Town of 15, was one of the strongest bases for a couple of weeks, and one of my bases. And even boulder attackers have struggled a lot versus this one in the beginning. But with the rage tower changes, you need to have everything closer together, which again is for you as a lightning attacker just amazing. Take a look at this value, it is just amazing. I mean, this is finally counterplay if someone's really that greedy to put that many defenses in range of a rage tower. This is what it should be. If you're greedy enough to say you do want to have everything in one spot around the rage tower and you want to get all of the value, you should get punished for that. And finally it is here that you can punish those spaces. And that's exactly what we did. 2 scatter shots, 2 inferno towers, and the rage tower is amazing value. And then just draw the line again of those witches, protect your witches with the ice golems, and then the lock launcher all the way through. But where the key thing is going to come in handy is in that core again, with those equipments, with those adjustable hero abilities, which are just so good for really making your unique armies even better. For us right now, we're approaching the town hall, and normally the town hall is going to wreck our entire witches because of 2 things. First off, our troops are only invincible for 9.5 seconds. The town hall poison is going to last 16 seconds. Well, not anymore, because now we have a 25-second healing on our troops. On top of that, the poison for the town hall is only lasting 12 seconds. With all those changes, it's pretty much every single change is a good change for witches. It is crazy how good this works. especially if you're lower ledges where you see a lot of single front towers. But I think that goes without saying that single front tower bases are just going to be like 3 stars for you, and you're just going to wreck every single base. For multi-front tower bases, you can still make that work, and especially again with the back end queen ability, getting those healers in, Royal Champ going to clutch things up, and it's going to be another nice 3-star. But now, since we have warmed up, I think we should take a look at a poison tower base, and I will show you a couple of things you can do to really make sure those poison tower bases have no chance versus, well, your overall attacks. Well, we have now had a box base, a ring base. Let's take a look at a diamond base. We have a classic setup. Invis tower behind the town hall and a poison tower on the other side. You can always go for the lightning for the poison tower. That's no problem. But I like to go for the high value around the scatter shot, because the first couple of weeks, no one will expect you that the scatter shot, you can take it down with 6 lightnings. This was not possible before the update. And that's what we have taken down. The spell tower, scatter shot, and the multi-inferno tower. Amazing value already. The next thing is I'm going more for the pathing, okay? I'm going for the pathing, a little bit of splash, but mainly for the pathing because I want to control where my troops are going. But now let's take a look at the poison tower and how you can counter it. First off, we're trying to spread the witches. We're trying to spread them out. That's just such an important thing. As I told you earlier, if you have a lot of them in one place, eventually there's going to be splash damage, and you cannot always have your warden ability, the healing, whatever. But the key thing now is you can trigger poison towers early with wall breaks. That's why you have wall breaks, for example, in this army. Poison tower is triggered early, but eventually those troops are going to run into the poison. This is then where you use the warden ability. And remember, the warden ability is only for the first couple of seconds to the protection, and then it's going to last overall 25 seconds. Healing them up, protecting everything is crazy. Take a look at those witches. They're just dealing with those core defense like it's nothing, because they're getting healed up non-stop again. We have the Royal Champ getting added at the bottom side, and now the only big threat to us is the scatter and the town hall. If those two are going down, we're looking perfect for our 3-star. The only problem right now is this queen having different plans, because this lock launcher opened up, sadly, a compartment which was not supposed to be open. With that, the queen is leaving our main push, and now we have to rely on everything else to get that town hall, which is going to be really, really tricky, because Royal Champ is turning invisible, but now, because of the fox is having such a short range, the monolith is on that fox. And that really sucks for us, because without the fox, the Royal Champ is not as strong anymore. But we have done the job already at this point. Even if the town was not going down, the queen will finish it. And the town hall is even going down because of the titan. But with having the queen ability left, with having her healers left, which we can spawn for free, we should have it done anyways. So with that being said, with all of the different equipments really being in favor of the witches, give it a try. I mean, it's crazy strong. The link for this strategy is down below in the description. I hope you enjoyed this witch video. Spawning a couple of skeletons, and with a couple, I mean a ton of skeletons, and keeping them alive with the healing aura of that warden. I hope I see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya, and bye-bye.